When?
The guys wanna be me, and all the ladies came to see me. That's right. I'm real. I'm raw. I'm August Artois.
Music. What's up, everybody? It's me. It's he. It is the real and raw, the goddamn draw, August Artois, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. WISO from That Wrestling Dude podcast. Everybody say hi to WISO. Hi, WISO. Hey, shut up. Without further ado, we are joined by the most handsome man in all of professional wrestling, most wealthy man in all of professional wrestling, the guy that can take your girlfriend, but he doesn't want to because he's in a very happy relationship himself.
That's right.
Blake Banks.
What it do?
How's everything going for you, Blake?
It's going good, man. Can't complain. Money's keep pouring in. Finances are looking good. The girl's happy. Life is easy.
That's good. Do you have any like upcoming matches or any matches that you just recently did that we need to know about? Any title wins that you just had that we need to know about?
Oh, any title wins? Hold on. Hold that thought real quick.
We saw. So he comes back with the title. You owe me $5.
Let's see.
$5. Drum roll, please.
We talking about title wins. You talking about this baby right here? This baby right here. So big goal right here.
That's a pretty title.
Yeah.
Voltage champion.
Yeah, it's got some ugly ass nameplates on it, but we need to fix that. But other than that, look at that.
Who's on there?
Some scrub. I don't know. Nick Turner, Nick Herner, something like that. Desperado boy. Yeah. The guy who lost.
Yeah, it seems. That's a beautiful title. Who's that? What's the company at?
Pro Wrestling Action. Over here in Florida.
Voltage really describes. It really describes your whole personality in the ring, cutting promos, everything. You are Voltage.
Exactly. I guess that makes me the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, right?
Oh.
All right. No? We'll work on that. We'll work on getting that trademarked.
We'll see if we can get that copyrighted for you. See if we can
work on that.
Get Lars on it.
Or whatever. Blake, we all know you've been wrestling for now, what, 4.5 years? 5 years?
Yeah, five, yeah.
You've been wrestling longer than me?
Yeah, man. But you're a vet. I'm not yet.
You're basically like a junior vet.
Junior vet. All right.
I mean, you're literally carrying the title on your shoulder. Well, not right now, but you're literally carrying a company on your back. But let me ask you this, Blake. You've been in the business long enough. You've been on big name shows. You've been out of the state like a lot of fucking local guys haven't. What's one of the biggest things that really grinds your gear about independent professional wrestling?
Ooh. Honestly, besides most of the guys in the locker room, it's most of the dudes who run the show. Really. I just and I think that's why Florida gets a bad rep. You heard this term, the forgotten state. And I think the reason why we're forgotten is because a lot of these promoters are like, they got their core guys, they got their little buddies, and they group like 4 or 5 of their core guys, and they keep these same guys on their show every single time. And if you see them bring in, let's say, like a bigger name or a bigger star, somebody who's been where we're trying to be at, they only put them up against another guy that's also been a star. You're not putting over new talent. You're not making new names. You're not building, helping us do what we want to do in building our brand. And that's where most of the frustrations, I think, lie here, which is why guys like us want to get the... Can I curse on here? Oh yeah, want to get the fuck out of here and want to wrestle anywhere else but Florida, because like you see what they're doing in like the Northeast and places like Wrestle Open and Chaotic, where they're bringing in big stars like Richard Holiday, this guy who has like a buzz, or a former WWE guy, former AEW guy, and they're putting up against who they believe is the next big guy in their business. And that's how stars are made.
Yeah,
I don't see that a lot here. I don't see that a lot.
Well, that makes total sense. Or you got like the companies that will get their tax refunds back, and they'll be a company for about 2, 3, maybe 4 months if they're lucky.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you got the other ones that are, and these are the ones that drive me the fucking craziest, are the guys that, like, say August Artois, I've been wrestling for 4.5 years now. Let's say, like, the next 3 years of my career, like, is absolute dog shit. I'm not booked anywhere. I only wrestle for one company. I'm not doing anything. But then I stay around for 5 more fucking years and start telling everybody how good I was for 4.5 years. Like, those are the guys that drive me the craziest. And,
Yeah.
like, mostly those guys are, like, running fucking shows.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are holding the title for their own fucking company. That's what drives me
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Yeah. They're the booker or the promoter or something.
I know there's one company. I might work for them, so I guess I won't say their name. But there's like 2 vets that like run the company, and like when you're in the locker room, they tell you like I'm fine with you coming and telling me like what's the finish going to be, what kind of how do you want us to start off, like what story do you want us to tell? Cool. Now I'll plug the pieces in. But when you start plugging my fucking pieces in for me and telling me, well, for instance, I guess I could go with this one. WAW in the UK, fucking Paige's family, her family's company. I was so excited to work for their company until I fucking was on my way to go work for their company. And I was so pissed.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
they didn't give a shit about the FIP title, which that's the only reason I went over there in the first place was the FIP title. Then when I get in there, the guy's like, hey, you're going to be face tonight. I was like, I look over at my buddy. I was like, did they read any of the messages? He's like, oh, just here you kind of got to do what they say. Like, fuck that shit, dude. Because like we're all independent contractors. You're not paying me enough money to pay my fucking rent, pay my fucking car note, anything like that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fucking tell me that you're a fucking fake, dude. That match fell so fucking flat.
Dude,
I
do they
came out and
even
the crowd's
watch your shit?
yeah, the crowd. I came out, the crowd was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then the other guy came out, and they're like, "Yeah, we know this fucking guy." Woo! And I was like, "So you want me to try to win this fucking crowd back? Ain't gonna happen."
Fuck
I was
that.
like, "Yeah, greatest country in the world is England," and they were like, like even you know that's not true."
Fuck that. I
All
would
right,
flipped
now,
on the fly.
I mean, the next show. So I went up to the owner, Paige's dad.
Mm-hmm.
After the show, we went up to him and he goes, "What the fuck did they make you face for?" I was like, "Hey, thank you. Why did nobody run it by the boss man?"
Yeah.
So he's like, "Tomorrow you're fucking heel." And like, with all due respect, sir, I was coming out as a heel anyway.
Yeah. You're the foreigner.
The second night was fucking great. I came out and I was like, I made the mistake of coming out here and telling you guys I needed your respect. I didn't need respect from you. I'm American. That's the only thing I need in life. And they fucking, who this man?
I'm gonna tear
But
up all
anyway,
your asses.
fuck the UK. Fuck all those people too. Fuck their food. Fuck their women. Not fuck their women because they're ugly.
Oh.
Are you at the point where next time you'll tell them to fuck off and you're doing your own thing, or you still got to listen to these motherfuckers?
What do you mean? Like, no, I mean,
like if it happens again, let's say you go work for another promotion, they try to pull that bullshit on you again. Are you at the point now where you're like, fuck you, I'm doing my own thing, or you still got to like be business and follow their dumbass ideas?
That's
like,
a good question.
How do you find that even ground? Because I mean, you got to protect your name. At the same token, they're paying you, so.
I'm not the guest, WISO. Stop asking me questions.
All right, Blake, what about you?
Show, so
Blake, same question.
Same question, Blake.
Okay, what was the question?
Let's say you go work for a new promotion and they want you to go out there and do the complete opposite of what you usually do. How do you go out there and say, hey,
Blake, you're gonna be a babyface, fucking a white fucking hot babyface, fucking good boy. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, so yeah, that same situation's actually happened to me, but it happened to me like very early on in my career. I actually had like a stunt in MLW, like my first couple months in. This is when Brian Brock was still there, and I actually had to wrestle Brian Brock. That's how I met him. And it was like a squash match. I knew what it was, and I was still gonna come out as the heel, talk my shit, and then get squashed by Brock. Moments before I was going on, they told me I was a babyface and to try to get the crowd behind me. And I thought even back then, I was like, that makes no sense. First off, I'm coming out in all Gucci pants, Gucci shoes. Yeah. I was like, I'm facing this guy that clearly they want to see kill me. But obviously, I was a green kid. Some higher ups, some very important names were the ones that were telling me to do it. So I went out there trying to, shake hands, slap hands, the whole come on, let's go. And it was nothing. And then afterwards, I got in the back and they're like giving me feedback and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, my bad. I just never done the babyface thing before. And some guy was like, you weren't a babyface. You were definitely a heel. And I was like, dude, No, I wasn't. I was slapping hands. I was like, if you wanted me to be a heel, I could have been a heel.
Yeah.
That wasn't me being a heel. I could have been a great heel, but you guys told me to be a babyface. Yeah. So
Yeah.
ever since then, like I always had. It hasn't happened since then, but ever since then, I've always had that thing in the back of my head that's like, if someone tells me to go face, I'm gonna be like, okay, and I'm just gonna go out there and be me. I was like, hey, if they booed me, they booed me.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
I tried.
that was me. That was me being a face. Sorry.
Yeah. This handsome face. I thought they would cheer it. But
To answer your question, so I guess like if they messaged me and said you're gonna be a face, then I wouldn't even accept the booking. But if they pulled some shit like they did with me and Blake both, like once you get there, they say it, it's like, fuck. So like, yeah, I did try to be. I tried because it was my first time in England, so I tried to do, or no, it was my second time in England. So like, you're in another country, you're trying to do exactly what they want so you can get invited back. But once I realized they're like
exactly
plugging all my fucking plugs in for me, I was like, I don't even want to work here again. Like, I'm good. I'll go somewhere. Yeah, I'd rather be trusted. All right, now Blakey Bakey.
Got one for you. I can't believe you missed it.
I was gonna say it too. Fuck, but Blake was talking. I want to interrupt him, dude. My bad, dude. This podcast is pure money, and we like to give a shout out to Tony fucking Miller.
Tony the bro.
Watching all of our episodes.
Go check them out. Tony Entertainment.
Have you been lucky enough to get interviewed by Tony yet?
Blake? Oh yeah, many times. Yeah, that's my dog. I made fun of his outfit a few times. I hope everything's all good between us. Yeah, he seemed pretty upset by it, but no, he learned by the next interview. He had like a nice, decent little piece of clothing on it. I think it was like some Versace, some for Sway. He was doing good.
Yeah, he's one of a kind, man. I mean, you don't really see in person interviews. You got lazy fuck over here, Mr. WISO. I mean, he won't even leave his man cave to do an interview. But Tony here, he'll fucking sit there at a show for fucking 12 hours just to get 4 interviews done. I mean, give it for Tony Miller real quick, everybody.
I told him next time he needs to pay me, but whatever.
Checks in the mail.
All right, Blake. So you've had how many matches in your career?
Oh, jeez.
I've had 169. Wait, I've had 169. Yeah. Wait, no, I've had 170.
170.
I've had 100.
Yeah,
my
match. God.
You don't keep track? Am I a fucking mark?
Terrible at it. Yeah, dude. I show up, I do the thing, I get my money, and I go home. That's me.
Am I a fucking mark, Blake, for having this?
Yeah. You might too. You probably you read Chris Jericho's book, didn't you?
No, but after I was at like probably match like 102 and I heard about it and I was like, all right, cool. But he did a lot more than me. I just did opponent, company, winner, loss, the date, and then type/notes. So if it was like a 4-way, lost the title, and then I put like if any side notes happened, like there was a chick there with some big titties or something.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some mark out there who's keeping track of my matches that's gonna post it on like Cage Match one day or something. So
it's me. You've had 182 matches, Blake. It says here. It says here on cagematch.august.artois. Have you ever been in a match where you just wanted to fucking drop character and knock the shit out of your opponent, like knock his teeth out and call the match?
Oh yeah, recently actually. Yeah.
You don't have to say who it was, but I would really like it if you did. It's up to you. It's up to you, dude. No pressure.
Dude, I'll give hints. Yeah, I won't drop a name because it will be my luck that this guy becomes like a booker or something of like the NWA in like 2 weeks or something, and then like my career's trash. No, but yeah, so it was I'll tell you this, it was at WWN, and it was a multi-man match, and I get there, and most of the guys in the match, like I could vouch for. I've been in the ring with them. I know who they are. I know their work. I could vouch for them. There's one guy that's on the graphic that don't look like he fits. His promo pic looks like it was from 20 years ago.
I already know.
Yeah. I'm surprised he was even booked. Yeah, I'm surprised he was even booked on the show. Yeah. And I literally get to the show, and I shit you not, before I can even put my bag down, at least 3 other guys from the match comes up to me and they're like, "Yo, you talked to so and so yet?" And I was like, "No, I don't even know who he is. Why?" And they're like, "Oh, well, he's trying to call the whole fucking thing. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, he's telling us to get all the guys together so we can give him the ideas so he could put the whole thing together. And I was like, all right, yeah, no, that's not happening. So I walk up to him because I'm like, all right, let me make my own opinion. So I walk up to him and I introduce myself. I was like, yo, my name is Blake. What's up? I'm in the match. I hear we're working. And he like starts asking me questions. He's like, yeah, how long you been working? And I'm like, 5 years. And he goes, okay, are you baby or heel? And I'm like, I'm a heel. He's like, okay. 3 babies, 3 heels. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Yeah, why don't you just gather up the other guys? Just start, feeding me your guys' ideas, and I'll pinpoint which parts to put them in. And I'm like, okay. And I literally grab the boys, and we all get together, and literally immediately, I just don't let them get a word in wise because I'm like, all right, fuck it. And we just start pitching in ideas, and I say an idea for the beginning, and he cuts me off midway to be like, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. And I was thinking I would hit this knee. He kept talking about this knee. He's like, yeah. I was thinking I would hit this knee. I just want this knee, like, and da, 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 da. And then finally, I think it was Xander Maddox. Shout out to Miami boys. He spoke up and said something about like one of the ideas I had. Oh no, Jules Bradley. This is what it was. Jules Bradley, another shout out. Said, "Oh yeah, I really like Blake's idea. I really like Blake's idea for the beginning." And Xander kind of whispered a little too loud, "Thank you." And he kind of turned around at Xander and started snapping on Xander, saying something like, "Oh, if you got something to say, just say it. You don't got to wait till my back is turned," the whisper under my breath. And then when he started snapping on Xander, I spoke up and I said, "Hey, listen, dude." I said, I appreciate that you were trying to take the reins," because he called himself a 25-year vet, 25 years, wore basketball shorts and a tank top. 25 years and that's his gear, basketball shorts and a tank top. I go, "Hey, I understand that you're a vet and you're trying to help us put together this match." I was like, "But I've worked with him. I've worked with him. I've worked with him. I've worked with him. The only person that I haven't worked with is you. I can vouch for everybody here that they know what the fuck they're doing." I was like, "I can't vouch for you." So like respectfully, I was like, "You don't need to call this for us." I said, "Let's just all pitch our ideas and then us as a group can figure out what we want to put where." And he was like, "What do you think I'm trying to do?" And I was like, "All right, bro, fuck it. Anyway, what do you want to do?" And then we put it together, and I swear to God, 2 minutes into us putting it together, he just gets up and he just walks away. He just gets up and he walks away, and he did not come back to us until minutes before we were about to go on and walk out the curtain. And the match sucked. It's very obvious. It was. I think we had 8 minutes, and we ended up going 4. I was supposed to go. Yeah. I was supposed to go over, and like I did my little spot with somebody. They did a little spot with somebody. One of the other guys was injured. The other guy didn't want to do anything. And then after that, I was like, all right, we got and so is running around throwing a temper tantrum as a 25-year vet. And I just looked at everybody else and I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna hit the deal. 1, 2, 3, and we did it in 4 minutes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! How many people were in the match? 4?
It was 6.
Jesus Christ! 6 people in a 4-minute match? That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. And I had, to answer your question, I had a good moment in the match where I could have drop kicked the motherfucker's teeth down his throat, but I didn't. I did not.
Yeah.
I still trying to be the better man. I'm a babyface over at Pro Wrestling Action, working on my babyface work. Babyface Banks.
Babyface.
Babyface Banks.
Babyface
It's a
Banks. Yeah. It's a work in progress, but yeah.
You have any merch available?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have it on a website or do you have it on in person?
I have it in person. But send me a message on Instagram. I got all sizes. Let me know your size. I'll say you want.
What's your Instagram?
Blake.Banks. Or you can find me on
Just type in
Facebook.
fucking Banks. It'll pop up.
Yeah, it'll pop up. Trust Fund Kid, you search that up too. It'll pop up,
Yeah, I've it happened twice in my career. Once it happened in the beginning, and then once it happened actually very recently. I get to the show and the guy's like, we have a 12-minute match, and the guy's on, he's telling me the 14th spot he's thought of. I'm like, he's like, "Hey man, you don't seem too interested in this." He's like, "Anything cool you want to do?" I was like, "Cool. No, I'm good, man." He's like, "Anything crazy you want to do?" I'm like, "Crazy? Absolutely fucking not. I got a show tomorrow too." He's like, "All right, well, I do this like springboard backflip." I was like, that sounds cool, man. He's like, "I do this moonsault. But mind you, the guy's like 6'2", fucking 250 pounds. And then there's me, tiny old little Augie. So he's like giving me all these fucking crazy ideas. And I'm like, yeah, man, he's like, oh, so then he goes back. He's like, so what do you want to do? I was like, I'm good, dude. You could do some of that shit. I was like, but a lot of that crazy shit, I'm like, you can do that in your next match. We don't need to do that. So then he gets like kind of pissy, and he's like, well, you know what I've realized, in my 18-year career, the guys that don't really do a lot of stuff can't because they're not that good. I was like, you're talking to me? You're talking about me to me? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and I'm in a new territory, so I'm like, all right, either I can be like, oh, yes, sir, or I can whip my dick out. And I was like, well, in Thailand, England, Scotland, Puerto Rico, and all over the United States of America, they like the shit that I do. I was like, so I'm going to keep doing the shit that I do. Because you can go out there and fucking do all the crazy shit in the world. I was like, because all these other guys are going to do the exact same fucking thing. How many super kicks you need to see on one fucking show? So after the fucking match, and same for the situation that happened in the beginning of my career, after the match, my opponent was like, bro, you hear that fucking crowd? We didn't do anything out there, and they fucking went crazy. I'm like, yeah, that's what the difference between being a fucking wrestler and a star. A star can grab the crowd by the fucking ball sack and do absolutely fuck all. And then there's guys out there that kill themselves, and the crowd is like, when's the next match?
Yeah. And you'll notice that when you travel more too. It's like the less you do, the more they pop.
Plus, they don't know your fucking people are like, oh, I got my signature moves. Nobody knows what your fucking signature moves are, dude. Especially in fucking Wisconsin. They go, oh, let me go study on YouTube. Like when I got there, the fucking crowd started coming in, and this lady's like, who are you? You're not one of our guys. And I was like, nope. I was like, didn't you look at the fucking flyer, idiot? And she's like, yeah, I didn't recognize you. And 90% of the people are going to be like, well, I'll see him when I see him. They're not going to be like, oh, YouTube, let's check this guy out real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe the guys in the locker room do, but not the fucking fans. And but that's your job then, is like, what are you going to do in your fucking 12-minute match? You can't do everything. So what are you going to do in your 12-minute match to get these people to want you to come back and for the promoter to go, I'm buying that guy another fucking flight in a hotel.
Yeah.
You want to go out there and do all your shit? And the promoter's like, well, that's all his shit. I don't need to bring him back.
Dude, and there's nothing you're going to do that they haven't seen 1,000 times, So it's like they just want to be entertained. That's really what it comes down to. It just entertainment.
The only thing you can do that they haven't seen 1,000 times is like a good in-ring promo. So I had to like go out to the crowd and like tell them that, I wanted the best Oklahoma has to offer, but they didn't even make me a match graphic, and I'm calling out an opponent. So the promoter was like, dude, he's like, I've never seen anybody fucking control a crowd like that. Like, I've never seen anybody grab a crowd like, he goes, there were people outside that like heard you with the door open that came in. Like, you brought people in from smoking cigarettes to hear what you had to say, which was nothing but disrespect, because people in Oklahoma can suck my dick. But anyways. So now this is the part. This is the part of the podcast. Well, I guess I'll do the voice thing. This is shit. That shit. Shitty promo of the week. It's time. That time for shitty promo of the week. WISO, play that beautiful bean footage.
We got Foxcatcher out of Imagine Wrestling out in New Mexico.
Foxcatcher, thank you for this time. A complete newcomer to the imagination. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, when your whole thing is where you're coming from, you start to wonder why you left. And as you heard, I come from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And to a lot of wrestlers, their hometown is another thing they got to sit through before their match can begin. But it means a hell of a lot more than that to me. In my home state, there is one promotion, there is one school, and there are no wrestlers outside of it except for me. And when you get put into a place like PA, you get used to opportunity. Opportunities like the one that Imagine is giving me tonight. Fighting champions like my opponent, Gorgeous Gregory, tonight. But Greg, I just don't think he understands that when you grow up in a desert...
What the fuck is that echo?
I don't know. Is that you?
No,
Blake,
mute the clip, right?
No, it's off. Whenever we hit play on the promo, I'm gonna mute my microphone. Blake, mute yours. We'll see what happens.
That is devoid of wrestling. You start wanting to be the guy that finds the oasis. Greg, for all your talents, I just think that you've had too many chances. You're stuffed full with wrestling. And now you're going to know what happens when you go up against a man who has been starved of it. May the best man win, Greg.
Fox Actor, thank you for this
Play it
time. A
again.
complete newcomer to the imagination. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, when your whole thing is where you're coming from, you start to wonder why you left. And as you heard, I come from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And to a lot of wrestlers, their hometown is another thing they got to sit through before their match can begin. But it means a hell of a lot more than that to me. In my home state, there is one promotion, there is one school, and there are no wrestlers outside of it except for me. And when you get put into a place like PA, you get used to opportunity. Opportunities like the one that Imagine is giving me tonight. Fighting champions like my opponent, Gorgeous Gregory, tonight. But Greg, I just don't think he understands that when you grow up in a desert that is devoid of wrestling, you start wanting to be the guy that finds the oasis. Greg, for all your talents, I just think that you've had too many chances. You're stuffed full with wrestling. And now you're going to know what happens when you go up against a man who has been starved of it. May the best man win, Greg.
He said you're stuffed with wrestling. Who the fuck is stuffed with wrestling? And then he said, I come from a town with one wrestling promotion, one wrestling training school, and no wrestlers. Well, except for me. Who the fuck are they booking then? And what was he wearing? Was that a crop top or a pop top? Blake, you're still muted.
There we go. No, I said I wasn't even going to touch the outfit. I wasn't even going to touch the outfit. Yeah, it sounded like he said a whole lot of nothing. Didn't look confident at all. Did look like he watched like an NWA 80s promo and tried to copy that style. He said his opponent's name 4 or 5 times, and I barely heard his name. I know his Greg Oasis more than I know who the hell was talking. But yeah, a whole lot of nothing. He spoke for that long. I can't even tell you one thing he said besides Greg Oasis.
It felt like it was 2 separate scripts put together, and he was just like reading line to line because like some parts like it just didn't it didn't equal it didn't line up with the next fucking sentence.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about it?
I was just thrown off by the outfit. I mean, I'm gonna comment on the outfit. He got a is that like a sports bra, I guess? With the denim jacket that's dirty, but at the same time it looks like it has like cum stains all over. I'm so confused. The whole outfit, the whole outfit threw me off.
That's how they dress in New Mexico.
What was his fucking? He had a. Oh, we have a comment here.
Come on.
Tell me about yourself. Let's play it one more. Let's play it one more. Wait, don't play it again. I want to see it again. That's literally like it was like getting fumbled halfway through. Then he's like, I know your history. You're stuffed with pro wrestling. Who the fuck? Like who says anything like that? If you were talking to a turkey, say something like that.
He's looking for the oasis in the desert.
Do we have any other shitty promos on file loaded up and ready to go right now, or can we play a Blake Banks promo?
Either or. You want some more from Imagine Wrestling?
Dude, there are thousands from Imagine Wrestling, so let's do 2 on this episode.
All right, bud.
Let's do one more. Because these are fucking
Christopher.
I love it.
The first time I've ever stepped in the ring with him, but not the first time I've watched him. I've seen you. I know you're pretty impressive. I know you're a big, tough guy. I've seen you hit pretty hard too. But guess what? So do I. And with the fans behind me, with the friends of Lucio supporting me, there's nothing I can't do. And I'm going to go through you. I'm going to beat you in the center of the ring and climb up the ranks to achieving my goal of being an Imagine Wrestling champion.
Wait a second, Lucio, if you don't mind my interruption. Last Wednesday, at the end of your match, we saw you go through that emerald doorway, and we want to know why. What's going on with that?
Yeah. Look, I was pretty confused. I was smothered unconscious, and I wasn't sure which way to go. I made a decision. I went down there. Some pretty strange things happened. I talked to Jake Wiley, and I actually agree with some of the stuff he said. Some of it is pretty relatable. He talked about accepting people for their differences and believing in yourself. But where me and him have a conflict of opinions is his opinion on the fans. He doesn't like them. But that's where I'm different. I love the imagination. I love the friends of Lucio. Me and Kane and Christopher. You know, first time I've ever stepped in the ring with him. But not the first time I watched.
Yikes. That's a lot to unpack.
Okay, seriously, who booked that guy?
I think my favorite part of the whole interview was when the interviewer waited for him to finish, and then he was like, "Sorry to interrupt you." He didn't interrupt. It was done.
How the fuck do you look like that and then try to cut a sympathetic promo?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It doesn't match at all.
Do you look like that and be like, well, it's about the fans, you know? Like
Friends of Lucia.
Friends of Lucia.
But dude, to be completely honest, like I kept seeing the one kid's promos. There was like the kid with red hair and fucked up teeth. I kept seeing his promos, and like the promos have like 375 likes and like thousands of views. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like the whole company and the crowd, like the whole roster. It's like when I used to have the Real and Raw with August Artois podcast, I did audio, and there was a mud flap wrestling championship in like Georgia that I fucking did their promos. And it was the same thing. Like the roster is like the D, not even the D squad, like the F squad. And the crowd fucking loves them. The crowd is packed. The crowd fucking goes absolutely nuts when these guys come out. It's fucking like that to me. I'd rather watch that than WWE. Like I'd rather watch this fucking Lucio.
Yeah. Drink a beer, smoke a joint, have a good time.
Now we got to see the guy. We got to see the guy in red. Hold on.
Oh, this dude.
I'm not a fortune teller.
Oh fuck.
But tonight, I would like to talk about the future of James Ross. Starting with what's going to happen right now. Right now, James Ross is going to get in this ring. I'm going to try to snap his neck off of his head. Maybe I'll succeed. Maybe I won't. But one thing is for sure. Tonight, he is going to go home. He's going to roll around in his bed in more pain than he's ever been in his life. His confidence is going to be at an all-time low. And when he thinks it can't get any worse, he has to walk into the ring with me again on Saturday. I'm a wrestler, you know? I'm not a fortune teller.
I like the line. I'm a wrestler, you know? I'm not a fortune teller.
Yeah, that's fucking
good. Yeah, the kid had a good tone. I'd say if he just maybe fixed his teeth, because like that's the only thing you could never be taken seriously with a girl like that.
Yeah, that's the very first thing he's got to
do. He's actually
Also,
like probably my favorite wrestler in the whole Imagination Wrestling clique.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to get booked by him.
Get a better body, better hair, better face.
August Artois and Blake Banks go and win the Imagination Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
I'd book it.
Versus
bring some wrestlers to the town.
Where is it at? I don't think it was in New Mexico. I think the guy that was cutting the promo said he was from New Mexico. Where's the actual company?
No, I think it's New Mexico.
Is it?
Let's see.
I'd like to go to New Mexico. No, they're in Pennsylvania.
Are they?
Yeah, they're in Pennsylvania because the fucking kid with red hair, he's like, it's hard. It's not
Yeah, PA.
It's very easy to make it in Pennsylvania. You just got to be a crack dealer.
Altoona, PA.
Hell yeah. All right, Blake, fucking anything else that really fucking just like irks the shit out of you about professional wrestling, whether it's like somebody who won't cut a promo for a show or fucking promote a show, or it's someone who brings their stank ass girlfriend into the fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. Salazar, book it. Fucking, is it Lucia or Lucy? I'll take Lucia.
I think it's Lucia, like Lucifer.
Is that what the paint and stuff was for?
I guess Sideshow Psycho. I think that's what his nickname is. Oh, the comments are the worst, man. Poor guy.
Oh, the comments are fucking. Some of the comments that like they ripped those motherfuckers apart. Kid's fucking teeth look like a goddamn paper shredder. He's like, I got smothered unconscious. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? He's like, why'd you go? Because like, if you watch like the promo before that, he like gets all pissy or something like that, and he like walks out the door. He like grabs his bags and walks out the door, like under his own conscience. Now he's like, I was smothered unconscious and had no idea and I just went where I needed to go. Like, what the fuck? Tell the story at least.
Yeah, he said he wasn't a fortune teller, but he shouldn't tell people he's a wrestler either.
He didn't say professional.
Man. Yeah.
He
Garbage man. I go with that.
Didn't say professional. The kid in the red hair popped the shit out of me though, because like after one of the matches, the interviewer went to his opponent. And he was like, "So how do you feel after that match?" Asked him. Then he comes over to the kid in the red hair and he's like, "So how do you feel after that match?" He goes, "Oh, same question as him, huh? Real original." The shit out of me. Like I said, I think the kid with the red hair has potential. He just needs to go to Thailand, get his teeth fixed. That's about it.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper over there too.
But yeah, Blake, give me another fucking 5 years in the business. Give me something else that fucking really, and it doesn't have to be about anybody personally. You can tell me later, but something else that really bursts your fucking bubble about professional wrestling, independent professional, actually professional wrestling as a whole.
Shit. I hate when motherfuckers are too old. Like, bitch, if you look 40, get the fuck out. I hate this thing where it's like clear as fuck, like it's obvious as fuck that like somebody was like really picked on when they were first coming in the business. So then they'll like find somebody like once they're like 5, 6, 7, 8 years in, and they think they're good just because they're 8 years in, but they're still as dog shit as they were day one. Where you could tell they got picked on, and now they want to pick on somebody else or give somebody a hard time because that's the biz and that's how it was when they were getting in. It's like, nah, bitch, they treated you like shit because you fucking suck. I was like, I'm fucking good, so I'm gonna skip all that bullshit. All right, so you can fuck off, and I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. But yeah, that shit irks me. Certain promoters, we've already kind of been in that territory. I'll leave that be. Yeah, but yeah,
I have one. The guys that the guys in this business that aren't good at wrestling, they don't look like a wrestler. They have zero draw. They have zero followers. They can't cut a promo, but their friends feel bad for them because they want to be a part of it. So they kind of like get booked out of pity. There's a few guys. There's like probably like 3 or 4 of those kind of guys like that in Florida.
Yeah,
that's the worst. And like I honestly feel more bad for the guy that's like getting booked. It's like you can tell that you know when you look in the mirror, like, man, I'm ugly, or man, I'm fat. Like, man, I'm not a good wrestler, but my friends keep telling me I'm really good. Like, man, your friends fucking are liars.
They lying to you, man. They ain't your friends.
Like, do you think you can get blah 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 booked? I'm like, oh, what about that? I'm like, he's a really cool guy. Well, that's fucking. So is my fucking uncle. But I'm not gonna get him booked to go wrestle. My uncle's a really cool guy. Can't fucking do a wrist lock worth shit. Is that it, Blake? Is that all your grievances?
There's a lot more. I don't know. I try to keep the peace, man. I try to keep business. That's my thing. I try to keep.
Come on, Real and Raw with August Artois, and you want to keep the fucking peace?
I let you do all the shit talking for me. I let you do all the shit talking for me.
That's true. Blake Bank thinks you women should put some more clothes on and learn how to wrestle. Actually, that's what he told me. He said I speak to him. He wanted me to say it.
All right, I'll give you one pet peeve on the women. And I love all my ladies out there. I love all my ladies. But listen, watch back your matches, and I swear to God, you guys all do it. They do this thing in August. You know they do it, where when they lock up, for some reason they both at the same time squat down. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Lock up.
Ladies, I think your guys' lockups are fucking beautiful. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Nah, he's talking shit. He's talking shit. He's talking shit. I'm just saying. Avoid it. Avoid it. You know, stand
I
tall.
know
Stand on that bitch. Step on that hoe. You know, rapper, stand tall. The squat down but what kills me is it's both unison. So it's the squat. It's the lockup. It's every match.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Because sometimes I do it like I'll lock up, go up, and then when they go up, I'll go down and drive up into the
you're
corner.
kind of vice versa. If they're down, you're up. If you're up, they're down. Yeah, but they both. It's like it's like that. It's that motion every time. And they'll do a spot in the match too where it's like it's lock up, break apart, serious, lock up again, break apart, and all three lockups will be the exact same way. every time. That's a pet peeve. But hey, you know what? But I still love my ladies.
I can't.
So it's okay.
I can't wait until WISO clips that up and put Blake Banks.
Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm canceling. Okay. I had a pitch for a character, right? Where I would go out there. Hear me out, right? I would go out there and I would identify as a woman, right? And I would just wrestle women. Like, hey, I now identify as a woman. Don't change anything. Still a trust fund kid, but nothing. Don't change nothing. And I just go out there and I just wrestle women, and they can't get mad because I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean? This is what you guys wanted. Equal rights.
You could be Balenciaga Banks.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's actually
everybody I pitched this character to, they told me no, you can't do that. I go, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Balenciaga. Writing that shit down.
Right.
You don't even have to identify as. You could identify as a female, right? Like your character can identify as a female, and then Blake Banks can identify as a female wrestler, and they don't know when to fucking attack you, or they'll get canceled.
No, exactly. You can't boo it.
That was pretty real and raw.
Yeah.
I would have never. See, if I was gonna be a woman wrestler, I would be Rachel Slur.
Rachel. All right, hold on. I'm writing that one down. Hold on.
And then my manager would be a guy named Ken Sold.
Nice.
Rachel Slur with Ken Sold.
Where you build from?
I'd be billed from. Oh fuck. Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah. So Blake, you have anything cool coming up besides your boner?
Yeah, I got a few shows where I'm defending this bad boy. April 25th and April 26th, the Leesburg Bike Fest. I think I'm saying that right. Leesburg's Bike Fest.
Leesburg Bike Fest, yep.
Yeah. The radio station Monster in the Morning are promoting it. I know they got Hollywood Haley J defending their women's title against Amber Nova over there, and a bunch of the Pro Wrestling Action guys are coming out to wrestle. Should be a great show. Show up, drink some beer, ride some bikes. It's gonna be good. Occasions, special occasions. I like to feel the wind in my hair. No,
pull up on a moped,
man. I got an all Louis'd out bike. You should see it sometimes. It's great.
Look at that, baby.
You in the private eye.
There we go. Yeah,
wrestling. Man, you're fucking on it today. On it, WISO.
Yeah, man. Look at that smile, cheesing. Babyface Banks, baby.
Friday, April 25th. People will be there, especially if you want to see Blake Banks in action. The Pro Wrestling Action Squad, too. It's always a great show ran by fucking Maxwell, right? Maxwell.
Yeah, Daniel Maxwell.
Yeah, dude, that's a fucking great promoter. Always fucking his. What's that? Oh, that's sexy.
Yeah.
He's always out. He always packs the fucking house. Like that's someone good to work for. So,
dude, I've given that man flowers many times. If we want to go back to the pet peeves in the business, I'll say that's another one too. Motherfuckers who call themselves promoters but don't promote. Like I 100% agree with you, August. Like 100%, the talent should make a promo, post the show, post the flyers, and all this shit. But like when the talent is doing more than the actual promoter, and that's your sole job is to promote, like there's a problem. there's an issue there.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
A lot of promoters think like, well, I rented the building and the ring. That's my job. Like, well, no, it's not, because there's thousands of other fucking companies we can go work for.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Oklahoma, I've never seen such a fucking shout out to Wrestling for a Cause. I've never seen such a fucking. It was like Oompa Loompas, but full size people without orange skin. They were all fucking working in unison. Like, show was over, the ring got tore down. Like fucking, like there were people that don't even wrestle helping, like that were part of the crew tearing down the production, the fucking ring, the fucking sound, and everything like was boom and done. And the promoter, well, he didn't have to do that shit, because his job was to, what he does really well is promote. I mean, because a lot, like you said, promoters will think, here, I'm giving you guys an opportunity to wrestle. Motherfucker, you're not the only one that gives people the opportunity to wrestle. You have to meet us halfway, like sponsored ads on Facebook, going out and like getting businesses to sponsor and stuff like that. Like, I can't be the wrestler getting myself sponsors and trying to find like a company sponsor. What if you guys don't book me next show? And then I'm the one that got you the sponsor. Like, fuck, no, that's not how shit works.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
no, I
good.
agree. I agree.
That was a good one there, Blakey. Where can we find you?
On the socials?
No, in real life, you fucking idiot. Give us your address.
I was like, because I got the cribbo in West Palm. I got the mansion in West Palm, man.
Yeah, but you don't want all these fucking scrubs watching to come over.
Yeah. On Instagram, it's Blake.Banks. On Facebook, it's just Blake Banks. YouTube at Trust Fund Kid. Hello. Yeah, subscribe, give me a follow, like, comment. Just don't comment weird shit. No more weird shit. I get some weird comments sometimes, man. Those gotta
Weird
go.
shit. It keeps the algorithm going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
All right, well, WISO, you have anything to say? You have anything to say to Blake? You want to tell him how cool he is or anything?
Yeah, Blake, man, you're pretty cool.
Yeah, hey, it's about damn time you've had me on the show, motherfucker. I keep seeing you have all these fucking scrubs on your fucking show and never hit
No, this is
no, this is real and raw. I gotta hit you up afterwards.
It took August our 12th throwing my name in the hat for me to get on your fucking show. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, this isn't his show. His show's next. We're recording his show next. This is my show, motherfucker.
All right, good. All right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck. Get me on the show.
He still doesn't.
I'm gonna get you on. I'm gonna get you on.
All right.
I'm just August's bitch on this show. I run the mouse.
All right. Well, as long as you know.
On the next show is when I shut my fucking mouth. Ooh. Win a shopping spree with Blake Banks.
Yeah. We could raffle that off. That could be a little fundraise thing.
Are you gonna go shopping with Tony?
He's gonna have to pay me to go shopping with him, but yes, if I get paid, yes, I will. Yeah.
Tony, slide in his DMs and you can figure out the pricing. Blake, I'd like to thank you for coming on, but I'm not that kind of guy. So I just like to say, have a great night. Be better than everybody else, like you continue to be. And if you want to, and this is just an offer, but you can suck my dick from the back with your nose, my ass.
Yeah, I'll pass. So how do I go about getting my money?
Not you.
Okay,
that was for WISO.
All right, good.
That's for me.
WISO, if you would send Blake his money for the podcast, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Will do.
It's a paying gig, right?
Checks in the mail.
All right.
Wait, you said you said right with a question mark. This is live, brother. You should have asked us beforehand.
Too late now.
Free fucking podcast. Thanks, Blake. We appreciate it.
Man, fuck this.
All right, everybody.
I'll be nice. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, everybody. It's been real. It's been raw. Blake Banks. I guess he's not that rich after all. You ain't getting no money, Blake. Blow us. Anyways, WISO, thank you for fucking. Let me look at you on the screen. Bye, WISO. Thanks for helping me.
Bye.
All right, I'll see you on your podcast.